Tired of being censored on social media? Join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated. And we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net. Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net. Ah.
Tick faster, that'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. Once again, I am your host, beatzillapdx official, and this is the weekly wrap up, y'all. So, as y'all know, we are still in the heat wave here, so you will have to excuse the noise in the background. It's usually not this windy, but I have turned the one fan, so it shouldn't be hitting the mic like y'all have been hearing. But like I said, it's been a stone cold heat wave, and it doesn't really get hot like this here often. So when it does, it really does. So you know that. So, like I said, we have a few things to discuss today on this good warm Friday. A lot of things that have happened in our neck of the woods, I guess you could say. And I do mean as far as Foundation of Black Americans, because we have had quite a few people coming out of the woodwork. You know what I mean? A lot of people coming out of the woodwork trying to latch themselves on to our culture, which just isn't cool. However, the interesting thing is, while trying to latch onto our culture and our claims, they are absolutely distancing themselves at every chance they get. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But before I get into it, let me see who all I have in the chat. Let's see. One Who Cares, Amaria, Rayvon Johnson, Judah Queen, Dark Skinned Brother, Tasha Peters, M. Flournoy, Z Najay, Tia to you. All right. Aboriginal Woman, all right, I see you. Film, animation, art. Juggy Natty, Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil. All right. All right. You said y'all cool in Chicago, huh? Must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah, we are roasted down there. I think they got some warm, overly warm weather down south, I think right now. And then there was some flooding in Kentucky. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now out here in this weather around the country. You know, some could say maybe it's some end time weather type situations. Who knows? Never know. There are many signs that would substantiate that argument and claim. With that being said, please like and share this on your social media. Text somebody this video. Uh, you know, wherever you can on any social media platform, please go ahead and do so now. We have Edge in the chat. Yes, indeed. Judah Queen said, Beatzilla, the weather was good today. Okay, I love hot weather. Okay, stay hydrated. Absolutely. Absolutely stay hydrated. Oh, it's roasting in PA too, huh? Ooh, Lord. Good grief. Yeah, it is getting like that. It's that time, though. I mean, the end of July. The hottest time of the year. Especially in Oregon. Phantom Beat. What's going on? So, like I was saying, that's right. I want to show y'all something. Because today we are talking about these infiltrators, you know, these homegrown and imported controlled opposition. And we're seeing a lot of that happen more and more by the day. It's happening like literally by the day. And it's by design, you know, because again, we are making strong strides in our demands as a community, as a lineage that is owed reparations, and just as a people that have been tired of being abused by the government and supremacist society as a whole. And let's say, let me rephrase that: an anti-black society as a whole. Now, with that being said, Lady F, I see you in the house. With that being said, you have to understand that also some of these controlled oppositions, there's some who are, of course, imports. Silent D Productions in the house. What's going on, brother? Some are also homegrown on purpose. And then some are homegrown, not known. And those are the three different kinds that I see as controlled opposition. Of course, we already expect everybody that is not melanated would not be looking out for our interests right off the rip. However, there's been the great myth that every black person on earth is just the same. And that's absolutely not true, because everyone always makes a distinction every chance they get. I just see here. Rahami Bey, what's going on? So, when you see these people tell us about how divisive we are for saying we are just honing in on our lineage and our group as a lineage and just tightening up our relationships between each other. Tanya Zion, greetings. Because you understand, our whole community has been destroyed through years of oppressive chattel slavery. So just getting back to, why wouldn't you want to see us come together and heal as a nation anyway? If you guys really had some kind of true concern for our well-being, like we heard when black and brown is the most affected, well, why is there a problem when we're saying, hey, we can all start getting along, like Rodney King said? And you know what's funny is, everybody acts as if when we get along with each other, then all of a sudden they act like we can't get along with anybody. Like, again, I will always stress, anybody is doing that is absolutely a person that does not want you to be with your brothers or your sisters. Simple as that. So when they start talking divisive, why is it divisive? Well, I don't understand. I just don't understand this FBA. I just don't see. All of us came from one place. Okay. I'm going to tell you something. One of the reasons why these people come and play that game, which they are lying when they do that, there's no immigrant who is here that is in the dark. So they're aware of certain things. And there's this. See, our Congressional Black Caucus refuses to ever address black issues, right? They will barely ever say the word black unless they're just saying their name. You know what I mean? Well, as they have used black people as the backs, and again, look at this picture. See, one of the pictures on the right, of course, you see good old Al, Mark Morial, and the face that's hidden by my logo is Ben Crump. Of course, you see Kamala Harris, all smiles in her little untailored power suit. And then you have right below her, the Congressional Black Caucus -1. And that's Ayanna Pressley. For some reason, she didn't make the photo op. But, you know, they're all there, and they're making sure that they are representing the Congressional Black Caucus and the black leaders of today that have done so much for black people. See, that's when it gets funny. See, when you come to us and start telling us what people have done, then all of a sudden it's black people. But anytime we see you on a podium, it's black, brown, LGBTQ, and everyone else. But when you come to chastise us, because we are telling you we are going to boycott your vote because you're not showing up with tangibles, and you want to push this to the line, well, we'll tell you now how it's going to go. And so we're having spaces by washed up rappers telling us how it's political suicide. For who? Because, see, we're not getting anything now. And we've already had the Republicans. We also had George Bush. As much as we were at war, I think everybody was still making money. Yeah, you didn't like him. The economy wasn't tanking. Now, they did do it by way of war. But this is a business we live in, not a moral center. This is a capitalist business that operates as a communist by way of socialism for the system of white supremacy. All of them wrapped in one. How the hell could this place not be Babylon? But with that being said, demonstrating even more of what this looks like to what we're talking about tonight, this is something that some of y'all might not have seen because this kind of flew under the radar, and I hadn't got a chance to get around to this. So this might be the first time y'all seeing this. I just want you to know how much of these folks that come over here and they send these people in these spaces like the Lukes, and they come in here with these specific talking points. If you notice, all of the people that's riding with Luke are immigrants. There's a reason. Let's take a peek at this receipt, shall we?
I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, and I proudly represent New York's 9th Congressional District in Central and South Brooklyn. As the founding co-chair of the House Caribbean Caucus and House Haiti Caucuses, And as a woman of Jamaican heritage, I'm very proud to convene this distinguished panel, a call to action, addressing the needs of the Caribbean.
I want to thank our president and CEO.
See, they're very distinct. Understand how they're doing that, though. Foundational Black Americans, are you listening to me? Do not entertain any more of these people's whack-ass conversations about what they don't know. I'm trying to tell you, yes, they do. They're not coming to learn. They're coming to disrupt, combat, and detour. All of these people that come in these spaces, especially that saying vote, 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 that are immigrants, they know why. You hear this? They have a caucus within our caucus that is actually addressing their issues. Let's hear more, shall we?
Of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, Tanya Vesey, our moderator, Claire Nelson, founder and president of the Institute of Caribbean Studies, our participants, Ambassador Dr. Eddie Green, Dr. Maria Myers Hamilton, Dr. Jan Eves Remy, and Kelly Silvera.
Let me thank all the prolific individuals who have gathered with us and agreed to join me and my very distinguished colleague, Congresswoman Plaskett, to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the Caribbean, renewable energy options, strategic partnerships, international trade, and the U.S. Caribbean policy solutions. The need for acute attention to Caribbean nations has heightened to a point where conversations must be had and substantive solutions must be created. As elected officials representing diverse and broad Caribbean communities, we hope to shed light on the importance of American assistance during this very difficult time, and the importance of partnerships adequately to address disparities that are plaguing Caribbean nations and their loved ones who live in America. Our diversity is our strength, and despite international borders, we are one community, and the Caribbean diaspora must be at the forefront of our thought processes.
So, I'm just coming into space. I'm kind of new to Twitter space, and I've been in some of these rooms, and, I'm not really certain. I think I have an idea, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what is a fundamental Black American? Someone will correct me. Foundational Black American. Yeah, FBA. So, what is that? Is that a group? No, it's the lineage. Oh, well, see, I've been in some of these other spaces, and see what they were saying. I was under the impression that FBA was an organization. No, it's just the lineage. Oh, really? Well, okay. Well, I have another question. Why does it seem that FBA seem to hate Black immigrants? Now are you seeing why this is always going right back here? Because they in the background meeting, plotting on our bread. Be one Black first, Afro elite the house. Oh my Lord, Miss Lady. Dark skinned brother said, looks like they trying to pull some slick stuff. Like what? Yes. And see, this is the problem. This is how we're messing it up for everybody else, because they have been flying under our banner of Blackness, and we're saying, oh no, we cutting the door off. See, we weren't aware of all of this backroom dealing that they had going on. So had we not have done that, these are the people that we want messing around with our reparations. You have a whole CARICOM sitting right in our Congressional Black Caucus, focused on sending money back to the Caribbean. We're not in the Caribbean. You come here, get in states where foundational Black Americans are, and then immediately start building a cocooned caucus up under us, totally ignoring us to send money back to the Caribbean, to which if all of us know that are in the know that sending stuff to the Caribbean, you're not just sending stuff to Black people. That means you're sending stuff to the white people in the Caribbean, to the Latinos in the Caribbean, to the Asians in the Caribbean. Oh, yeah, la cat. These people are absolutely evil, ain't they? And they're going to have the nerve to tell us there's something wrong with us. So, well, you FBAs, you a hate group, you a hate group. Nah, bruh. That right there is a sign of hate. That is the sign of hatred. You can't get more dirtbaggish than that. And they literally have built a cocoon within the Congressional Black Caucus. They got them a little mini CARICOM. So do you understand why they were so upset? Because these Negroes was double dipping. Yeah, the jig is up, scumbags. I mean, you can't get much dirtbaggish than this. Oh, my Lord. Y'all can't, man. They just proud of it, too. And, I mean, because none of these people are living in the Caribbean. These people came here to the United States of America based off of the fight of foundational Black Americans, built them a whole little mini CARICOM within the Congressional Black Caucus. So you infiltrated these different states. You're absolutely no different than the white supremacists. None. So yeah, they got black skin. I ain't talking divisive. I'm talking survival. These people are conducting themselves as enemies. And then you come build a space talking about, oh man, all of us got off at the same boat. Yeah, Luke. Sure, Luke. I hope y'all know we see y'all plain as day. And hey, man, hopefully there's a boat ready to take y'all asses right back home. Because this is absolutely, I mean, you don't get much lower than this, man. None. So I'm just starting off the show with violence today because I want y'all to see where we at with it. Do not let these people come over here and start talking about what we need to vote for. We need to vote for these traitors. Well, they're not even traitors. They're just anti-FBA right off the rip. And they came here to get over on us. What's really popping? Think it's time to start talking about cutting them checks, don't we? Because how you going to explain this one away? Oh, they went to an HBCU that we helped them get here for. Dead in the water, baby. Hey, we going there tonight, man.
Teach a man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Yeah, so October 15th, there's another little matter, obviously, that needs to be discussed. Ain't it? How y'all come in here, come in these rooms, talk about we're divisive and some more madness, while you have a whole mini CARICOM that's already plotting and planning on dollars and cents. Sheila Jackson Lee and Beatty, but y'all sit up in our faces and talk about what you can't do. Funny. You're able to see to manufacture up some bread to get to the Caribbean with no impediments. How many of these backroom meetings that we didn't know about that have already been sending money to the Caribbean? Send this video out to everyone you know. You heard it here, folks. There is nothing more they can tell us. You can't talk, you can't walk past this. No, you can't walk past this. Let's see, who did I just see? Oh, Angelica Lena. Welcome, greetings. And who else did I see? Buzzer Cam, H1. Black first, brother. It started with, okay, yeah, it started with, we had to start there, man, because, look, a whole CARICOM, we have no friends. We thought that, so we could look at CARICOM over there while y'all trying to get y'all money from the EU. All right, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Cool. But y'all actually came up and wedged your way into the Congressional Black Caucus to create a Caribbean Black Caucus within it? But Kate, and yes, boy. By the way, to add insult to injury, the Congressional Black Caucus came out. Miss Beatty, the Speaker of the Congressional Black Caucus, is coming out for an assault weapon ban because it was assault weapons that was the culprit of the tragedy in Buffalo. She's also part of the Caribbean CARICOM caucus. They need to change the name. 3 C's. The Congressional Caribbean Caucus. Just take us out of it. Because all you did was use foundational Black Americans to establish yourself here and there. No. Can't nobody ever come in these rooms. I'm telling you, you play this video for send this to everyone you know, because they need to have this ammunition. So when these people come up in your face and in your space talking like they're oblivious, they have local representatives. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, so for all of that whole, I don't really know. You done, absolute done. Kick them out your room, boot them all the way out your room. Don't even worry and spend no more time with that. There is a whole CARICOM in our Congressional Black Caucus. You don't get much more controlled opposition in those positions than that. That's why you're seeing them talking about all of this voting. Because at the end of the day, you know what? Hey, man, at least these foundational white Americans are a better bet than you. I know what to expect from them. And the first thing they're going to do is get your dirtbag ass up out of here. You can't come to us after you've been effing us all this time and ask us for anything. Hell no. And while y'all up there with your whole CARICOM trying to figure out how to get millions and billions down to the Caribbean, if you want your jobs, you better be hollering at foundational Black Americans from here on out. It is a vote boycott, and it will be so until all you are gone. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Family, this is what time it is, and this is what time it'll be until someone comes and hollers at us. You understand me? You really want to vote for somebody who has been building a whole coalition with their homeland after they fled? While coming in our face talking about what we haven't worked hard for? You have a duty to your ancestors to absolutely let every last one of them fail. Straight up. Straight up. You have a duty to your ancestors to make sure that happens. But, I mean, some people might be a little offended tonight. We're going to go there with the truth. Oh, Lord. Because, FBA, so I had to hit the Caribbean. I forgot about everybody who thinks we're Pan-Africans and so Pan-African and all that. Pan-African didn't come from them. Pan-African is a blind, foolish notion from us. Some of us have recognized that the notion is foolish. Now, you will always have on-code individuals everywhere. People that will actually genuinely rock with you everywhere, except for Edomites. But in this case, I want you to understand what you are looking at in this next video before they ever come up talking, hey, well, at least I wasn't a slave. You know what? I come to America and I am white. Yeah, well, white people come to your country and you're a what?
A different man every night.
So your girlfriend gave you 60,000 euros?
Yes, 1,000 euros.
Oh, go there and have fun. I'm a woman, I'll go there and have fun.
When I read the papers back in the UK, I thought there might be an element of exaggeration, but then I get here and it really is the case. Hundreds of older white women with young black men. So, do you get a lot of female tourists come down here to meet guys?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes they are not good tourists, they are holiday makers.
What do you mean holiday makers?
Someone who came to you and leave you.
Like a sex tourist?
Thank you.
They just come for the sex?
Thank you.
So how does it feel then when women come, they have sex with you, and then you don't hear from them again?
It really hurts me.
Really?
It really, really hurts me.
Even if they paid you some money?
I don't like it. I am looking for a good relationship.
Did you ever ask for money?
Never. Don't ask for money.
They just give it to you.
Oh man, my mic was on. Man, let me tell you something. These people are nuts. They have the absolute gall to come over here and be talking crazy. That's like, oh man, you guys was this, you guys was that. At least I wasn't a slave. You a whole prostitute in your homeland for white women coming over there from the UK. Stop. Mommy, give me 6 shekels. And Denise so getting money and still right. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Miss Phoenix, I see you. Thank you. Lord. Mm, 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 mm. Woo-wee. And family, while I'm at it, let me give you a preview for a video that will be coming tomorrow morning. So be looking out for your announcement for this morning. Tomorrow morning. For this video. So this should be up by, I think I'm scheduled for about 9 in the morning. So I get you started on Saturday morning with coffee. Nigga. Put some respect on the sister's name. So I wanted to go ahead and cover that. Let's see, I got Kid Gravity Beyond in the house. I see you, my brother. I see it, man. Man, you know, y'all did a really good live because actually Torian Rain Reloaded went live earlier, so on his Friday freestyle, it ended up really truly being a freestyle. So he ended up with Afro Elite and brother Kid Gravity, and this young 17-year-old brother that a young brother had autism, but a young B1 brother, a 17-year-old high school student, that is literally watching this stuff. He got autism, like, so you never know who's watching, and you never know who's getting inspired by what you're doing. So that was pretty dope to see because he got a chance to interact with the brothers that he's been watching and got a chance to chop it up. So, that was a dope thing. So if you at this point, you would have to go join Brother Toria Rain's channel to catch it. But nonetheless, that should be something that you do anyway. But it was a really good piece, man. It was he said that was fun. I mean, because man, they just building, being able to build with the young man who was trying to figure out and still figuring out where he wants to go. He had dealt with some things, and he felt comfortable enough to come amongst these brothers and really say his piece. So that was super. Kid Gravity said the young brother that had the best line of the year regarding J-Lo. I don't really know who that is. If somebody sends her the clip of that, boy, oh boy. I hear that's one of the things that really bugs her from what we hear. Hey, somebody finds out when it sends her the clip, boy, she might end up throwing herself on through the mirror. Sorry, ma'am, he's just not into what, he didn't know who Zoe Saldana was either. So, not out of green skin. So you would not, but some people really be taking that to the heart, would. Oh, what? It's like, it's not like Frankie Lyman, like, brother, I thought you was dead. It ain't nothing like that. Oh man, but back to the story at hand. Man, what's going on over there in Africa, man? Y'all be talking down on us, and y'all over here with whole male sex tourism, and that ain't to mention all the child things that we have saw going over there in, what was that, Ghana? Y'all need to go over to Ghana. Not if you got small children. I'm just saying. We've seen the videos of what's popping over there. Right? But, yeah, we really going there tonight. Yeah, we're going to do this tonight. Yeah, we definitely going to have to do this tonight. So, family, with the consideration of how all of these people come in and tell us how much we hate them, I'm going to play 3 back-to-back videos of our African diaspora. And I mean, that's no shot to Brother Phil at all. But I'm saying when we say the diaspora, we got to really look at who we're talking about and how they see us, how they view us, because there's this high-mindedness. Now, granted, what I just played you is going on in their homeland. I'm just saying. But, you know, you have come over here and got this certain attitude, like, oh, I'm proud that I hail from the slaves of this land. We built this. And guess what? From what these slaves built, regardless if they were slaves or not, everybody from around the world comes to see what their hands made. Where's the tourist destination in Washington, D.C.? All of that was built by slaves. Where's your ancestors' monuments like that? Oh, I'll wait. I mean, see, because when you actually think of the reality of the carpenters and the designers, actually, who technically weren't even supposed to be reading, still could mathematically figure out the equations to build such a masterpiece. Where's that at in your community? Because, see, I'm not fleeing from that accomplishment at all. I'm very proud. Present circumstance does not dictate our greatness, especially when we have monuments that still come to this day. Oh, by the way, you guys, if you had the money to spend, you might want to go check out Venice. Who built that? What about those mosques in Turkey? All those old ones. Who built that? See, what I'm saying is, from over there to here, that's us. Where are y'all? I'm just talking. Or maybe not, but let's see what Michael Blackson has to say about us, shall we?
And how many more kids do you plan on having?
I'm not trying to have them, you know, but the way things are going on in America, I really don't know if I want kids in America.
Well, you just became a citizen.
Yeah, I mean, I want American kids. You know, American kids are just, it's just something in this air that's, as soon as they come out the womb in the air, they just turn really bad.
So what?
I don't know what I.
But what do you mean by that? Like, as far as American kids, that they just turn out bad? Like go through that. Explain that a little better, because that sounds just like, okay, you waited for 30-something years to become American, and now you're saying that you don't want American kids.
I said, where I'm from, we are disciplined from an early age. And not just your parent discipline you, just your whole environment. You know, so kids coming from Africa, definitely, you know, they're raised differently.
Me sitting on any interview saying, woe is me. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we need this, someone help. Because I said to people, no one, if you know anything about this life, no one is in any situation and is obligated to give you anything.
Yeah, and you can't rely on other people to do for yourself.
For yourself, what you can do for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you
You cannot rely on any, because this is the thing about reparations. I speak to people about reparations, and I've said, do I think morally people deserve reparations? Yes. Do I think you're going to get it? Hell no. I don't think you're going to get it because there's no obligation to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you were held to an obligation to give me back something that you may have stolen, but but I'm still thinking no one's going to cripple their economy for you.
It don't matter what country, you live in 10 times better than most rich people here.
Mm-hmm.
There's wealthy there and there's rich here. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, experiencing that and seeing that, and then just the style, the swag, everything has been stolen from there.
Come on, talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody just needs to know that they need to go home, and even just the air, like the air is crisp. You can breathe. Like when you breathe in America, bro, it's like you breathing in problems, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God,
and
listen.
like yes, anxiety. When you leave,
boy.
Oh man, Africa, bro, all that anxiety is out, bro. All of that. You got.
I don't know why that was muted. Okay, but over here, like I said, you're going to get the truth. Did I see Desmond Works in the house? I did. Desmond Works in the house. What's going on, brother? So you are definitely looking at these people who are coming over here with total disrespect. Going back to Michael Blackson. We were raised with discipline. How much more disciplined can one be while being in chains, bound to a plantation, slave catchers, maimed if you escaped and were caught, made an example of before other slaves? No discipline. But you come from a colonized place. Then you have the other dude with a whole British accent. You come from a colonized place. You quit. I just don't believe. That's why they always have that in their mouths. But remember, they got Carrot Con. Because for some strange reason, these enslavers, these Nigerians, and some of those Ghanaians and Kenyans as well, I mean, everybody seemed to forget that part. Man, we need to go back over there. Hey, guy, we was enslaved there too. How we get here? And people just in denial, man. There wasn't no, man. White folks didn't go into Africa carte blanche just taking Negroes up out of there. That is some of the most foolish notion to ever believe. And if you actually got into history as you should before you speak, then you would know some of these things. Don't take all it like that. You can get a lot of information from these different mediums, but you need to be going and doing your own research and learning these things for yourselves. Because see, at the end of the day, when you come out your mouth and say this is what it is, you need to be able to refer to your own understanding, not to like, well, I watched this show and he said this. Don't get no argument with nobody talking about what I see. You better go take what I said, go research to make it solid for yourself. Now, I'm giving you solid information for sure. But how do you know? That's how you make sure that this information is correct. Because I always tell you, vet everything and everybody. So, but see that by doing that makes everything that much more forceful, intentional, and purposed. Why do you think you have an African with the British accent talking about reparations? He has no skin in the game, but he has something to say. Why? So while we're still on the international imported disasters, let's hit ladies. Ladies, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Because this one, y'all, this might make you feel how people was walking out of Mississippi burning. You remember when you remember Mississippi burning when that came out and how people was coming out of the theaters feeling some kind of way? Okay.
Hey, why is y'all not working?
Mildred, shut the hell up.
Shut up. Well, Master left me in charge. He told me if anybody act up to tell him. Hey, Mildred look like a black and male.
Mildred built like a house husband.
Top of your head look like an Easter basket.
It look like all my life I had to fight.
Hey, Mildred, all the roaches look up to you.
Mildred look like Tyrese in a dress. Mildred built like Django.
I was telling Master you said it.
Girl, ain't nobody scared of that medieval pimp. Mildred.
If you had a list of things that FBAs would never do, that joke would be in the top 5. Who the hell? I mean, okay, prime example. Dave Chappelle did a joke about slavery. How did it end? That's the one time Dave Chappelle came back from the video and nobody was laughing. He said somehow killing the slave master wasn't funny. Just something to think about. And this is a joke that we would never do. So yeah, tell me you're not FBA without telling me. Ooh, this is funny. That ain't funny to nobody else but immigrants and white people. Like I said, ladies, because she gonna go out there and act like, I'm a whole black woman. Stop it. No, you're not. You're one of these types.
And we forget that it's okay to take the cape off.
Weirdos. No, that's your company, ma'am. Now, still kind of on the imported side of the game, another thing we have to worry about, and just more of something that we could look at in retrospect and say this never worked for us, and that being the black and brown coalition, which never existed to begin with. However, by just listening to when they get to talking, it's real interesting how the truth comes out when they start talking amongst themselves about our issues. Here's another thing. Everybody has so much to say about what our affairs are. This is something about us and the government. Y'all not crying and complaining. Uh-oh. Oh. But they're not crying and complaining about anybody else. Not Ukraine, not the Afghans, not any of these folks. But when it come down to us, well, we got to stop them dollars, man. We got to stop them dollars. So check this out, family.
Priority.
Yeah,
over equality.
Wait your turn. To those young Raza or Raza who want to believe that, you better turn your TV, brother. You better turn your radio back.
What do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's when we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first.
Listen, brother,
We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your parents.
Yeah.
They should give it to the Mexicans and the natives first. The natives already got their money. And you are Mexican American. So it sounds to me like you're still benefiting off of black people. I would shut up there, buddy. I mean, but here's the thing. All of you have enjoyed riding our backs. And then as soon as we say, hey, you got to get off, now you see who your friends are. Now, we've had other people in the past tell us we have no friends. That should be obvious. For some reason, it's not with a lot of our people. And so, unfortunately, we have a lot of these people who spend a lot of their time in denial about their self-hatred. And a lot of times that falls in the category of foundational Black Americans as well as the diaspora abroad. As you see, yay, cakes up, and white man. So when you're seeing stuff like that, this is that's the colonized mind on a global scale. So again, I want y'all to look at all of these Caribbeans and all of these Latinos as one group. If anybody's black and brown, it's them. Because that's one group. They all look at each other as that whole little, the Caribbean, yeah, that consists of Puerto Rico as well, and South America and all of these other, what you think is happening? Because those people are in league with that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's just remind everybody here something. If you are new to this channel, then you might not have known, but you know, when California was doing their reparations, that's again a reason why the Oregon bill is stalled. Because it's been stalled because they have been trying to find some way to slow play ours, because ours has lineage and a dollar amount attached to it. And they are trying to keep it a study, or if they cannot keep it a study, they are having this super, super fast crunch of immigrants trying to have all of these think tank meetings, figuring out a way to shoehorn their way into our reparations claim. So why do you think that you have these Mexican dudes out here talking? They are all in league with the very same people I played you at the first. Because remember, when they were out there not too long ago about the Roe v. Wade, who was out there? The Congressional Black Caucus and the Hispanic Caucus. They said tri-caucus, some kind of tri-caucus crap they were talking about. We literally have 3 anti-black caucuses. One of them has our name attached to it. But right now, we can firmly say all of the caucuses represented in Washington are foundational Black American. They're all anti-FBA. You cannot be pro-Caribbean, sending money to the Caribbean to repair them, while you have a whole crisis here going on in this country with people getting gunned down by police. Prime example, they're coming out talking about guns in Buffalo, not white supremacy. This is literally Joyce Beatty. So she, the number one speaker of the Congressional Black Caucus, she of all people is shifting the narrative to guns from white supremacy. Let me read this to you real quick. House Dem set to vote on assault weapons ban after drama over policing bill. The chamber is preparing for a momentous, if largely symbolic, vote after an attempted agreement on police accountability fell flat. Okay. So stop right there. So they couldn't even get the police accountability. The one thing that Joe Biden said he was going to do, had been talking about doing. So, okay. So that was a bald-faced lie. So anybody, like, what was that? Van Jones? Didn't Van Jones just come out of his pie hole talking about the Democrats? They need to talk about what they've done. See, they've done plenty of black people. They've done things to hold police accountable. No, they did not. I'll continue reading, Van. Thank you very much, liar. The $100 million liar. Boy, if that wasn't a waste of money. Let's see. That compromise, which included some accountability measures for police departments, infuriated many House progressives, including those in the Black Caucus. Several liberal Black Democrats were particularly, quote, livid at the language, according to one person familiar with the discussion, and some complained that the accountability language did too. Too little. During a closed-door meeting of the Black Caucus members Friday morning. Still, the centrists made a last gasp push to iron out concerns that push out with that language Friday afternoon. What's the name? Ooh. Gottheimer? The Gottheimer representative Abigail Spanberger. Ooh, that's an interesting name. From Virginia, she's a Democrat. And others spent over an hour in Pelosi's office. Privately, some of them seethed over their cops bill being pushed into next month, though none indicated they would be willing to derail passage of the gun vote on Friday to force leadership's hand and on other bills. But none of that happened. So again, this is seeming like this is political scheming. This is political scheming. This is like, okay, how do we get away from black harm issues? Let's use the Black Caucus. So let's use the bill that we knew we weren't going to get anything for because we're not going to pass a Police Accountability Act when we're busy passing a crime bill that will set the police free to go terrorize black people. So we need some black folks to come out here and make this look good. And so we'll make this whole fight look good. So now look at the pivot that they're now with their built-in excuse to say, well, we couldn't make it about race. We had to make it about guns. We still had to get something because the police accountability part, oh, well, they threw that all the way out. Let's see. Let me go back. Okay, this is one part that I really wanted to bring to your attention because I keep telling you, they're using New York as a template and they're using Portland as a template. And I want to be clear because some people be confused about the makeup of the state of Oregon. The state of Oregon is mainly white. So if you are in anywhere outside of Portland, Oregon, then you would probably think there are no black people in Oregon. All the black people that make up the number of this state are here in this city. So if you haven't ever been to Portland, then you have not been to where black people are in this state. So let me point this out because see, this is the point. They don't talk about the rest of the state when they talk about Oregon. They only talk about Portland because Portland's the only relevant place to talk about. So let's be clear that Seattle and Portland and these blue cities are also facing historic crime waves. So it's not just a swing district problem. I want you to pay attention. This came out of a Democrat representative from Florida. Stephanie Murphy from Florida. So what she's looking at, see, there's a whole lot of attention on this historic crime in my city. I'm not seeing enough funerals in my community to substantiate their claim. Since we're such a small community, I'm not seeing enough funerals to make those numbers. Somehow, when they want to talk about guns, you know the first people they run to? The black church. You know how many black churches have died here? The community and then the black church is like night and day. So with all the gang activity that does happen, these people have no parts of. Then there's the other reinvent yourself crew. So like, these dudes was out in the streets. Now, kind of some of these people in 2020 thought that they would jump into activism. Okay, well, let's just wait this one out until they flame out and burn out because these are like, oh man, we out here doing the work, man. I've seen it all, man. Been here, done that. So they out there, man. But why ain't you out here? Funny how none of them ask me that now. Because now I can ask, where your ass at? It's only 2022. You got to burn out that quick? Wow. I'm just saying, you would be jumping all out the window, man. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh, you think it's a sprint? This all go in tomorrow, huh? Well, man, we gonna be out here getting tear gas for what? I told the only relevant activist in my city and in my state, because again, I told her years ago, I'm only getting involved in a singular issue for black folk. When it's black people, I'll be there. If it's not, no. I do not subscribe to the black and brown because I know how they move. And this one that you have right next to you is a problem. I don't trust this woman next to Dr. Throw. She's all of these people around you only here to get their thing on. Now they all have, you'll see all of them have organizations that are making buku bucks. I went into one of these Zoom meetings and because again, things had to go to Zoom, And so fortunately, I was able to pop my head at one of these meetings, and I asked these people with all of this donation money that y'all got going around to these white organizations, have y'all hit up the sister over here? And because I just wanted to know, because it's, I'm so used to watching how this works. Oh, well, she really hasn't hit us up. Wait, this woman over here that's in this call just told us and told y'all not to look for new groups to spend money with. Stick with the old ones. Oh, with all that old white leadership. This is how things work in politics. So when I say what I say, I'm not talking from a place that is unaware of my action. That's why they so afraid of what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is logical. But we are absolutely pushing is logical. I'm speaking logic. Reek speaking logic. Jason Black speaking logic. Everybody over here in the grassroots is speaking logic. Everybody in lineage is speaking logic. Things just make sense. I gotta eat today. I have to drink water today. It just makes sense. The sun's gonna come up. The sun's gonna go down. Just facts of nature. When you have these people coming in your spaces talking about what I don't understand. Yeah, remember. When people start talking away from logic and the truth, and these people over here are trying to get a whole police. They're talking about police accountability. While in the midst, there is a whole police bill going in. So let me see. Okay. There it is. So even after a frenetic bout of arm-twisting Friday, Democrats remain short of votes needed for the policing package. Pelosi and her leadership team made a decision around lunchtime to vote only on the assault weapons ban. Now, Nancy been out there screaming mad and we're going to do this. And they talk about they're going to be defiant and get arrested over Roe v. Wade. Pelosi was just like, yeah, damn y'all little policing bill. There ain't going to be no accountability to tearing your people up. No, nah, we're not really going to do that. What we will do, though, is put your black ass out here to go talk about this gun bill. And matter of fact, I need you, and what we're going to do in the headlines, and what we're going to start mashing this gun bill into, you're just going to call it a victory for black people now. If y'all were in Afro Elite Space the other day, do y'all remember this princess woman? And I'm calling it out now. Princess, you're going on the Jumbotron. Princess, they're from Twitter. Yes, you. You came in there talking about what? Your biggest issue right now was gun guns. Lo and behold, we have Joyce Beatty over here making the Buffalo shooting about guns. Now, the evil white supremacist mass shooters, by the way, there's been 2 mass shootings within the past couple of days that for some reason aren't getting much coverage. One at Monticello College and the other one over here in Baltimore. And I'm not sure what's going on and why there's not much coverage, but I did show you, I'm wondering, remember that face I showed you last week? And I told you keep an eye out for this kid because I would imagine, before too long, he's going to be one of these shooters. I'm just wondering why they haven't made either one of these 2 incidents. So one shooting's at a college, the other shooting in another public place in Maryland. So think about that. Think about that. So I'm just curious, like, who are these shooters? So again, let's see. Pelosi and her leadership team made a decision about decoupling it from the contentious policing bills to satisfy a large chunk of their party's eager vote before August. So once again, that is our Do Nothing Caucus caving for everyone else and not standing for something that would protect their people. Now, we, instead of having a caucus that will stand against their counterparts and say, hey, y'all need to vote this in. No, Jalen Walker can be shot at 90 times. That's fine. Well, sure, boss. We just go ahead and make Buffalo 10 black folk. Oh, it ain't about white supremacy. It's about guns now? Well, shoot, it's about guns. Man, y'all understand? Oh, man, look. Do you really think that the Republicans is going to, hey, bitch nigga. I just got to keep it a buck. Y'all keep coming over here with, y'all think y'all going to just do that? Look, stop talking to us like we stupid. Don't give a damn about no party. We give a damn about reparations and justice. And what we're watching right here is people sell us out. But we also have to understand why we're being sold out. Because we have these people who have formed a CARICOM within our Black Caucus. Yeah, let's get to this part too. Let's because we have to understand. Now, with that being said about these treacherous dirt bags that have came over here to infiltrate our birthright, so wrongfully so, they also are pushing another agenda, which is clearly anti-Black, anti-family. They are nuclear family haters. And so when you see people coming out talking like this, and that, always pay attention to the people that act like a nuclear family is somehow a bad word or something is wrong. Pay attention to an evil demon like that.
Educator and children's performer, creator, writer. You might know me from my web series Queer Kid Stuff, where I talk about gender and sexuality stuff for all ages with a preschool audience in mind. and I write for preschool television, do a lot of stuff in early childhood ed. The short answer to this question is that we need to talk to preschoolers about sexuality and gender because any later is too late. The long answer to this is that this is the age when children start to self-identify. They start to understand themselves and in relation to the world around them. They need to understand different gender diversity because the Academy of Pediatrics actually says that most children have a solid understanding of their gender identity by the age of 4, and that is inclusive of cis as well as trans and non-binary kids. Preschoolers need to understand sexuality because of the world around them. They might not identify with a sexuality yet, but their parents do, and their friends' parents do. And in order to understand different family structures and other people's experiences and develop empathy, they need to understand queerness. Preschoolers are exposed to sexuality every day. Just look at literally any Disney movie where there is heterosexual kissing. It is normal to talk to kids about straight relationships and straight couples and nuclear heterosexual families. So why should queerness and queer families and queer sexuality be any different? Kids as young as preschoolers need to understand gender and sexuality.
As a son and I was a early teen when my mother moved her girlfriend into our home. Hey, ma'am, and all of you other individuals out there that have no children nor will never birth them, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're so ass backward wrong. I would have to wonder why you would push such a notion. Now, I've offered this conversation to all of the LGBTQ within the last 4 or 5 years, and I don't seem to ever get one of you weirdos to ever try me. I know why, but I wish you would stop coming out here lying like this is true. We need to tell these kids, no, you don't. And everything you're pushing is child predatory. But I knew that when you guys were in your planning meetings back in '96. Before gay marriage came out, I used to try to tell people all the time on my Facebook, you know this is about children, right? Oh, no, that's sick, you stupid moron. Right now, I could post this shit all day long. And I call these little dum-dums out and nobody want to come and apologize for being wrong. Well, don't apologize to me. Just know what you put on other children. But know how I feel about you. See, there'll be people that because they be afraid to speak. And they see me. Some people see me walk in the store, they be like, on out here. Yeah, that's smoke hit different when you dead ass wrong, huh? Oh, there's no gay agenda. Oh, it's not about children. Oh, no, it's not. Do you hear she is educated on preschool gender studies? Does that tell you that it just popped out of thin air, or does that tell you that that's a curriculum? Well, a curriculum comes from a think tank now, don't it? See, I'm going to need all of you raggedy, black men hating dum-dums to bring your ass back on over here and talk that now. When I didn't know what I was talking about with Hillary Clinton, when I didn't know we was talking about Barack Obama, well, what do you want him to do? He could at least, he's on his way out. He has nothing to lose. Make an executive order. See, that's back when New Black Media was more There's just random voices. It's hitting you over here. But now you got one message, which is the same message. It's just now we sound better together. So you could sing as a solo artist or you can sing as a choir. You're just choosing to sing as a choir. We all have the same interests. Doesn't make anything a group. That just says, hey, you know how nations form. People all come on together in one ideal. Hey, this works for me. This works for you. I like you. You like me. We're all working for the same cause. We all come from the same place. Other people do it. What's so proud? Here's the thing. We're talking about this very same thing while you have a whole CARICOM in our Black Caucus. Why do we have to describe or discuss what position we take with anyone? Because it's clear that you know you're different than us. You wouldn't have to build something in our Black Caucus for your homeland. Should I play that again for the people who have just tuned in? Should I play that again? Yeah, let's do that again. Here. We're going to play that again for the people who have just got here. So you can understand why I keep talking about they have built a CARICOM within our Black Caucus. You guys probably just didn't know. But you're going to know tonight. Don't let none of these people come in y'all rooms, y'all. I'm telling you. Don't let these people come in y'all rooms talking crazy to you. I don't really know what FBA is. What is the tribe? What's indigenous? What's this? All of y'all different groups out there. Listen to me good. These people are coming to y'all full of shit. You hear me? And check this out.
I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, and I proudly represent New York's 9th Congressional District in Central and South Brooklyn. As the founding co-chair of the House Caribbean Caucus and House Haiti Caucuses, and as a woman of Jamaican heritage, I'm very proud to convene this distinguished panel, a call to action, addressing the needs of the Caribbean.
I want to thank our president and CEO of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, Tanya Vesey, our moderator, Claire Nelson, founder and president of the Institute of Caribbean Studies, our participants, Ambassador Dr. Eddie Green, Dr. Maria Myers Hamilton, Dr. Jan Eves Remy, and Kelly Silvera.
Let me thank all the prolific individuals who have gathered with us and agreed to join me and my very distinguished colleague, Congresswoman Plaskett, to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the Caribbean, renewable energy options, strategic partnerships, international trade, and the U.S. Caribbean policy solutions. The need for acute attention to Caribbean nations has heightened to a point where conversations must be had and substantive solutions must be created. As elected officials representing diverse and broad Caribbean communities, we hope to shed light on the importance of American assistance during this very difficult time, and the importance of partnerships adequately to address disparities that are plaguing Caribbean nations and their loved ones who live in America. Our diversity is our strength, and despite international borders, we are one community, and the Caribbean diaspora must be at the forefront of our thought processes.
At the forefront of their thought processes. The Caribbean, not foundational Black Americans. That's why they keep talking about the study. HR 40. But see now, you see how fast we took HR 40 out their mouth? Reparations. And shout out to all of y'all out there in this new this black grassroots. All y'all Twitter warriors out there. Here's another thing. All y'all little crybaby cowards, stop crying about all of this heat and smoke you can't take on Twitter. Twitter warriors. Well, you seem to be worried. What about the Twitter warriors? All you guys is Twitter warriors. Yeah. And why are you sitting up here over here in London talking about Twitter warriors? Nobody's listening, and you guys are such a small group. So was Gideon, bitch. Can you dig it? Man. So let's see. What do we got next here? 'Cause I wonder, are there any people who are still wanting to vote? You know, I'm sure we have some hate watchers out there, which is fine. But if you want to call in, let me know. Now let's continue on with some understanding here. I guess we'll go here. Again, the reason for tonight is because I'm letting you know what controlled opposition looks like, and we going through the very nuances of dirtbag infiltrator culture, and sorry y'all, but there's more. Yeah, we're gonna turn that music off there.
She need an unapologetically African alpha male to handle that. He can't handle that. He don't even know what to do with that. An unapologetically African alpha male to handle that. He can't handle that. He don't even know what to do with that.
And here's the problem. No, she need an FBA man, not an African man. Them African men over there playing prostitute for old white women. No, she need the gamed up foundation of black men. That's what she need. Don't get it twisted. Oh, she needs she needs an unapologetically strong man. And he gonna be found right here in the heartland of foundation of black America. Nigga. She needs an unapologetically African. If you don't, well, I swear, y'all always trying to give y'all power over to anybody who will take it, ain't you? Ain't proud of nothing going on in your veins. Jesus. Shit killed me. I mean, like, y'all just talk about the ancestors? Y'all know y'all hate y'all ancestors talking that dumb shit? Man, we got to get over there. African, you hate your ancestors. Shut up. Your ancestors' blood is in this soil. What you talking about? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Don't you let these white folks con you out yourself. Jeez. And don't let these cowards need it. Because they scared. They scared of power. Man, shoot. So, have you heard some of the talk now? Well, okay, so we get reparations. Shoot, it's not going to fix everything. Hey, man, going to put me in a better space and put my family and everybody else that I know in a better space. Ain't that a good start? It's like as soon as you have the notion of getting close to independence, you turn it around. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. kind of been cool over here in Egypt. I mean, Jesus, that's why Moses had to die first. Man, I'm telling you, if War of the Worlds, they say, boy, you'd be amazed at it. Boy, I wish a spaceship would come over my house, beam me up, and destroy the rest of you coons. Because this is ridiculous. Oh, I'm telling you, tonight is a beast. Tonight is absolutely a beast. There's more. So, Eric Adams, Mr. I want to blame drill rap for everything. His son is a drill rapper. And then, add insult to injury, he got ties to the shady preacher from the shady Haitian preacher from Brooklyn. Dirtbag City. Because, you know, he an immigrant too. See, when we say what we saying, we are not just being malicious. You understand? We are saying what we are saying because it's just reality. You dig? Now, before I move on, I think we have enough people in here. I want to say something real quick. Sometimes people you may see me in a room. You may see me in a space. That does not necessarily make it an endorsement for me. And again, people's understanding of whatever this is, you have people out here who make false relations to other people. So by way of default, people get lumped in with certain groups. And I want to make myself abundantly clear. If you were on a person's network, then everything that comes from that individual's network, good or bad, that network's problem. So the head of that said network, who has put all of these people out into the atmosphere or stratosphere, that is that individual's person's responsibility. And again, if we have spent a lot of time in these spaces, which of course all of you who follow me definitely have, most of you are not new, you would understand how some people have things going on. Certain things that are coming to light right now are not new for some. They are new for a lot. And a lot of these people have been ushered in to Black empowerment by way of a certain network that I used to moderate for. Before all of these new people have came along and so forth. Matter of fact, some of those people that were there back then are here with me right now. So they are well aware of the ins and outs and whatnot. Very well aware. So if I'm standing in something, I'm going to be somewhere for clarity's sake. My position is very clear. You know, hey, New Black Media Appreciation Month. It was the big three, then day 4. He's yours truly. Somehow there was a room that I was in, and I started getting kind of my antenna went up there when I heard somebody bring up the way they did it is they said, "Hey, what about Miss Dillard and Linus Crown?" And what about? I mean, she's great though. I mean, because and then she should be the big 4. I said, okay, well, he must work for her. Because see, all the people that have been under her have this weird delusion that she's been involved with everybody else. And it's like, no, none of us have thought that. None of us have thought that. Nobody ever shouts that woman out if you ever noticed. The only people who do that are the people from her crew. So when it comes down to New Black Media and whatever the hell that woman is doing, she ain't never been part of New Black Media. She's been associated with it by default. She's never participated in anything other than when somebody was able to put her on a platform. And then Tariq put her on his situation. She better hope he don't cut her ass out for that backstabbing shit she was doing. But here's my point. If you came into this space that we run, let me clarify that. If you came into this space that we run, and it came by way of a thinning man with new teeth and a gavel-banging woman with curly braids, you haven't began to get your roots in this land over here. So I would just be careful, because certain things might look certain ways to certain people who have been here and never, ever do anything against somebody that you don't know based off of someone else that you don't know. So let me tell all of the people under my breath, when you mess with me, because obviously there's a lot of y'all women out there that are not used to messing with real men. That much is clear. Y'all are used to dealing with emotional suspect. You probably never figured that part out. But these individuals are not the dominant alpha males that one could speak of just because they could probably pass that off to you. But they pass it off to you because you don't know no better. And I understand. But what I am saying is, when you're dealing with me, anytime you see men arguing with women in public that ain't their wife or spouse or relative, turn that shit off. And I do understand how people will work things out. But if it comes down to me, there ain't no woman other than my wife or my moderators that could ever speak about knowing me. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's people out here that will get out here. I see how people work in back channels and whatnot, and they get to talking and other people get to listen. And then it causes a bunch of confusion. These are the controlled opposition unknowingly. Because they're coming into a situation with good intentions. They may possess bad habits, but they are coming with good intentions. A person like Evil Dillard, I will have to say, I've watched the manipulation on them. And I mean, I'm absolutely stayed quiet, but when you talking about, I mean, a PDF that I've had for, what, 2 years? And now you're coming out here telling people that people got fake paperwork on you. Huh? I got mine from Colorado state government. I downloaded it right from the federal, because Colorado state government webpage. That's how I got mine. Come out here talking that madness. And then all of these other people coming out with the exact same damn fraud. Woman, you literally sent people over here to tear folks down. Me and Michi ain't never got to get along. For me to sit up here and have a respect and say ouch for knowing the type of hit that she took from certain antics. And then all the other people that I'm aware of around there, man, please. Here's another thing. Since now y'all know Marcel is going to be in Brother Van Zant's new Wall Street documentary. Guess who else was supposed to be in it? So now, since that cat's out the bag, I mean, hey, man, I wish y'all would come out here and just go tell that damn story. You know, but I mean, hey, man, even more so is that's here. So again, when people talk about me in back channels or whatever, be sure, because I'm not a forgiving person. That's for your maker. If you got it wrong with me once, you're done. I'm not in the mood of, I'm not here to live by someone else's mistakes. You want to live like that, you get the hell away from me. I mean, like, I'm not going to say like, hey man, you know, I won't stop you shine, but you can't be around me. And I know that whole proximity thing, I've never been big into that. So, you know, I don't, yeah, Influenoid Master, as we sit, man. I mean, all people, they lost kind of money, lost homes, evicted, man, eviction daily. Eviction daily. Tasha Peters, that's how us Geminis are. Absolutely. I mean, right is right. And, you know, it's like, damn, man. I don't get involved in people's emotional affairs. And one thing I understand, people be getting hurt out here. What they say, hurt people hurt people. I would just say, ladies, and y'all be hanging around these men. The men that you hang around are no kind of conversation to tell you about any type of man like me. That conversation starting in here. So when y'all get out here and be like, man, look for a man to tell you no. That's what you need to hear. No. That shit ain't gonna work. What you doing is off. What I see out of here is a lot of mindless validation. And we cannot do that here. One of the protocols of being on code is checking off code behavior and understanding what we are. You're dealing with men. Men are not the emotional leaders. Let the women lead that. Let the men do what men do. But at the same time, you got to look at the cause. If I see something janky, somebody else sees something janky, they see something janky, see who ain't fooling with it. See who don't rock with them. But by no means put that gavel banging madness over here with all this good wisdom and talking. You see everybody on Spaces. That woman don't come to no Spaces. How the hell is she Black Grassroots? No, she Black Witch Roots. Oh, no. I need y'all to cut that shit out. Because ain't nobody but them people over in that network, because I want to keep explaining that. See, this is a labor of love over here in the grassroots. Everything that was on that network was a business. You understand the difference in empowerment and business? I'm in the business of empowerment. That brother is in the business of empowering himself. Look at everybody that's came from that dude. You got a vet, Cynthia. I think that's enough. And now you have this sorceress who's out here. I mean, again, well, a make-believe sorceress playing with things that she ought not. That much I can say. Because, yeah, she's getting into some things, but like I said, she's being initiated. Some people might be familiar with what I just said. But, of course, y'all know that I am a person that can always pick them out of the crowd. We are always in spiritual warfare. That one doesn't stop. But when you start coming over here, you better be sure. So if there's something I don't like, I may tell you I may not. I'm always act accordingly, though. So how you conduct yourself will be on you. But I just wanted to make some clarifications for who needed to hear things. Also, shout out to Dr. Kenny T for her Aretasuse run. Yeah, you see I got it right tonight, didn't you? And that will be coming up in, if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, you know, if you guys, for all those, well, nobody in this chat should be able to get on a cruise right now because you are unvenomized. But if you're in that Fort Lauderdale area for any other reason, you know, get down there and go get your run on with the system. You dig it? Black women stand up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. You said that's wisdom. Thank you so much. You know, it's just, you know, if you are really passionate about the work, then get away from the mess. You know, we've been here. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean, what's so funny for me, some of y'all, okay. Silent D, are you still in this chat? Are you still in here, Silent D? I'm going to say this. You know, I'm going to just say this. There are some people who are around. Some of y'all wouldn't even know Vicky Dillard if it wasn't for me. Her Twitter and her Instagram wasn't popping at all. Matter of fact, she had like 10 something. I mean, it was not popping at all. So later on the line, she gets Angel Love that was able to take that to the next level. But at the time, again, you know, for the individual who Vicky doesn't know, somebody was helping her, kind of getting her thing over here on Instagram a little more moving, and especially getting her presence popping on Twitter. How the whole repetitive that you guys always see of those links. So at one time, but again, it didn't take me long to see something was wrong. So let me explain where I saw something wrong. You know how on that network they would say, dial this for Fly Nubian Queen. Matter of fact, meet you on it now. So here, dial 3 whatever for me. Fly Nubia Queen, right? Okay. I primarily was there for Amadaya and Jay. She in the afternoon was a subsequent thing. So if I'm there, cool. Now, here's what was going on. Oh, by the way, I didn't ask to be a mod. I was made. So as you know, things started happening. I'm noticing all the notifications are only for one show. That's the 3:30 show. I'm like, wow, you know, I never get Jade's notifications. So, you know, you might want to consider making your own page. Same thing with Tina. Like, Amadai was already in motion. So I saw a few more things that I did not like about how these systems were getting done. Then me and Tina Berry had a conversation. You see this right here? How long me and Tina Berry been talking? So I understand there's a lot of people that be like, well, hey, you know, and I've been quiet for a long time. But, you know, just so people don't get confused. Yeah, I was well aware of all of that. Now, as far as all the extra that, you know, the tricky one was doing, I ended up learning that by way of other people's stuff getting flagged. And, you know, now we have finally figured out what was going on because, you know, with Angel Love coming out, confessing and saying, hey, I was doing this for her. What more can you say? What more can you say? We all see you for what it is. Then the recording about her having issues, like you hating on Jade, then you hating on Tariq, then Slick dissing Jason Black. We're talking about grassroots. All of y'all Vicky Diller followers. Vicky Diller got no pull over here. Ain't nobody really rocking with that except for y'all. Now, this over here will be something new, but I need y'all to understand. If y'all coming from that, y'all coming in brand new. You have to be vetted. And I hear something that kind of, because y'all was rocking with her, y'all actually believe y'all been vetted. Y'all have not. Because anything under her is questionable out here. So y'all have to deal with the lineage. You have to deal with the world of lineage that's been witnessing this all this time. You just can't. No, that still got to be, there's got to be some things taken, some handling. And I know, you know, I could tend to be a little rough and abrasive. Good. Because y'all need that. Because we need to get off of this sweet bullshit to where everybody got to feel good all the time. No, if you're doing wrong, this is how you get back on code. Hear how I get in your ass? That's how you get back on code. Get on code, get gone. 2 options. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what y'all need to stop listening to these boys that like boys. I'm going to tell y'all that right off the rip. And that's no shade on anybody's sexual preference. But in leadership of saying just manhood, and there's no leader, so but I say leadership as of a standard. When you're looking for a standard, not chaos, then there has to be some kind of order of a standard in your mind to say, this dude is this kind of dude is that, this kind of woman is this kind of woman is that. What we're getting convoluted here is everybody being the same. And it's not true. Nobody that I could even say, because again, if y'all, prime example, anybody knows me, y'all can name off the people that I deal with. In this vast independent media world, my subscribers could tell anyone out here who I absolutely rock with, all the other content creators. That's not an organization. That's just independent media teaming up with other independent media. But when a person that don't come genuine, because in this space, yeah, I'm a bullshit detector. So, hey man, how you feel about that? You know, or like I said, when I came home, somebody had the was up there talking about new black media. Hey y'all, anybody know who this is? No, some off brands. Yeah, so we immediately got at them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, it was no mistake. I mean, it was, yeah, some organization trying to pick up something that don't belong to them. What are you doing? You don't have empowerment on your lips. Look at the big three. Like you're nothing of the ilk. These dudes have put out movies and books. And Professor Black Truth is always, I mean, at this point, he's giving you daily doses of pertinent content. I mean, hell, why wouldn't you really look at what is going on for what it is? When you start looking at all of these other people who absolutely do get along, then maybe the best thing I can do is tell you to abandon that type of teaching because it keeps you stuck. It keeps you bound. And to truly be free, you have to get rid of everything, even the notions that this woman has ever gave a damn about you. I mean, y'all, well, maybe y'all haven't been, but take it from a person that knows grimy niggas. Just because she can talk sweet, I mean, man, I got an aunt just like her. Guess what? She always, the one thing she always go to, I'm a pastor. Sticky fingers ass nigga. I'm a pastor. I mean, look, nobody, I can talk about my mama, I talk about my aunt. I don't give nobody no break. If you off, you off. So people are like, man, Martin Beatzilla did it. I'll talk shit about my mama. If she ain't right, she ain't right. Period. I'm not one of them respected person individuals. That's what this looks like. That's what it actually looks like. Because I'm not going to say, I ain't going to say nothing because I don't. Now, we have lost too much doing that. If you want to be old and be in the way, I'm going to tell you, sit your old ass down respectfully. But you know you're doing too much, and the only reason you're up in the way is to prevent us from being successful. I'm not going to sit up here and worry about no level of respect when you've already presented yourself as an enemy. No. Just like Angry Man. Man, sit your ass down. It's a new day. Let this generation having. We want something new. We want something different. We do not want the old BS. So, with that being said, let me play one more thing because we're going to open up these phones here. And like I said, we ain't with that BS no more. So much so that the pull-up season is really happening. Sesame Place has a $25 million class action lawsuit going. And Carolyn Bryant, this one's for you.
The people of North Carolina have zero tolerance for hate crimes, racism, or discrimination. So the people of North Carolina affirms that human rights and civil rights are upheld, and Mrs. Roy Bryant has defrauded the justice system, donated to political affiliations in Mississippi and North Carolina, and has corrupted the DNA of justice by delaying the Department of Justice to fully investigate and charge accordingly as resolved. And that is of the people of North Carolina. The request is simple. The warrant was unserved. This is an unserved warrant. This woman, she's currently on the run, has not been served this warrant since 1955. 67 years later, here we are needing to serve this warrant on someone who has conspired and evaded the law for over 67 years due to having 2 young children back in 1955.
67 years she's evaded the law. Funny, the DOJ could definitely send the one ignorant Negro that was there January 6th. He got the most time. Go figure. Stupid. But, you know, you just think 67 years. And y'all actually have a whole damn CARICOM in our Black Caucus talking about we have to focus on the Caribbean. It's so deliberate. And all of these people who say we need to focus on this, we need to focus on that. Hey, they ain't got nothing to say about this Carolyn Bryant situation. Ain't that a trip? None of them got nothing to say. No justice for Emmett Till. The act of absolute racial violence that happened to Emmett Till, the brutal beating and murder of this young man, this child, hell, ain't even get a chance to even come into his manhood, man. And these Democrats ain't saying nothing about this. So shout out to, it was FBA Goddess that brought this to our attention. So they've been doing that. This was a multi-day thing. A few people involved in this move, which is good, which is definitely good. And again, you know, like I say, man, anybody know I'm going to give credit when credit is due. Samuel Logan, welcome. So again, and my thing is this, everybody ain't got to get along. You know, you just ain't got to be working to stop other people's movement, especially if it's positive. I can understand it when a person is a detriment. See, but you have to, once you identify these people are a detriment, then you have to move on. Now, I understand how people would like, again, I don't understand. Okay, I'm going to have to. when people ask certain people to get involved with, hey, well, somebody should get out here and say something against this person. That ain't how men move. That is not how men move. I can't stress that enough. That is absolutely not how men move. You should not be moving based on anybody else's emotion. You understand what I'm saying? In Flournoy, not to worry. An Emmett Till Day coming to a town near you. Whilst that heifer is still enjoying a Coke and a smile. And thank you, Nikki. I see in here, my chief moderator in the house. Jeez. Y'all. And then we got these people coming in these spaces like, if y'all ain't gonna vote, then it's just suicide. I mean, come on, man. How you ain't gonna vote? And then you might get some to really start telling you what the deal is. See, you guys are just trying to destroy the Democratic Party. Well, considering how y'all got a whole CARICOM off up in there that's focused on the Caribbean while we are getting killed in the streets, we have not got our due justice claim, but they have their compadres and their family members all over here while they're getting our money, hopping up in Twitter spaces talking about how we don't deserve shit. No, that's what they think of us, family. That's what they think of us, family. Lord Lily. I mean, man, come on, man. They don't have no love for us, man. And to Princess,
got to watch these old niggas.
And you know, because see, don't get me wrong. When we say old, we don't mean elders. No, we mean old niggas. Because old niggas ain't elders. See, this here is elder.
We put it in the frame of reference. Everyone, when they talk about racism and white supremacy, should always start by saying that the focus, the objective should be replace white supremacy with justice. Those are the 5 basic words.
5 basic words. So if anybody say, well, man, why y'all, you all up here trying to fight white supremacy and give reparations, man, they ain't gonna give you no reparations, man. You really think that they gonna give you reparations?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
And there it is, family. So with that being said, we have to look at one other little thing about our internal issues. I'm going to start with the men first.
Me a fucking nigga. I want you to know this. And it's unacceptable. You shouldn't do that. You're too old. My family has patronized the village for many years. I carry myself with honor. I would never disrespect any human being by calling them outside of their name. That of what you did. You don't know the impact of what you've done to my son. But maybe you were unaware It doesn't matter about you noticing me. You shouldn't be speaking that way, period. So if you know that, then why do that, man?
All I heard, I thought, because I had hurt my leg, and I said,
You hurt your leg and you said, fucking
no,
nigger.
but I didn't know. That's all I thought that was all that because I said, my fucking God, or something like that, because I hurt my leg cramped up. I didn't even know you were.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I am.
How long have you worked here?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years, and you're acting that way. You don't know what's strong.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I cannot take any more of this whole ass shit. Oh my God, this is a problem. Damn it, man. Not to say that you gotta be, hey, I'm gonna give your ass. No, you ain't gotta do all that. But I mean, at least, bruh. First off, you didn't even have to go there. Hey man, what's wrong with you talking to a child like that, bruh? Oh, but I didn't. And you over here trying to do all of this. You see, you don't know the impact of that word. That is the soft version of buck breaking. You have been so trained that even when this white demon is calling your child and effing in, you over here, see, the love of Christ compels me to give you forgiveness, brother. Just to understand, see, what I want you to do is I want you to deeply reflect on how dark and hurtful that word is in the past of African Americans, people of color. You can act like a man. Oh, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that Godfather clip. Oh my God. If y'all don't stop. What you explaining to that dude? You know he racist? Didn't you hear what came out of his mouth? You thought he was confused? See, you don't understand it. For all you know, he was one of them kids in one of them lynching pictures. The hell is wrong with these people? Y'all just don't. And if y'all don't stop, y'all really just trying to explain like he don't. Okay, first off, what are we talking about here? White supremacy, right? White supremacy is not a term made up by black people. It is literally a term made up by white people. So, what doesn't he know, being a white man in America, about, well, what would make him say effing in? He wasn't. Well, he still would have been young around the 60s. So he probably would have been a teenager somewhere around there, a young man. So, embracing all of those good worldly racist views, anti-black views. Here he is still working in the store that you have been patronizing for 20 years. So in all of your years of trying to get acceptance, giving them your money for 2 decades, you're still trying to explain to this man that a child should have respect. Here's the other, and this is the thing about the unaware operative. He doesn't believe he's an operative. He is, though. Unaware, but very much so. Very, very much so. Willing controlled opposition. Because what are you seeing about how docile he already is? He's quit. He's quit. There's no ferociousness in this man. Well, wait, let me not say that, because let me put a black man in front of him to see if he's dead or not. That maybe let me get a black man in front of him to piss him off, see if that don't wake him up. Because you know how that happens. You know, all of a sudden, oh, wait, I could get into it with another black person? Oh, shit, what's happening, nigga? Yeah, all of a sudden, you got all the smoke. I can't stand that. And it, see, we got to stand it. Well, from the men, where's this at? Where we are? Oh boy. Yeah, to the women. Check this out.
Being a black woman on TikTok, because you will find these really sexy ass white men, and then I will DM them and they will motherfucking ignore the fuck out of me, bitch. I be getting humbled, bitch.
No, that's called white supremacy and preserving their line. See, right now in the realm of the replacement theory, I think you're probably 210, although I'm sure you'd be like, well, I'm mixed. Why can't I get in? Yeah, them genes might still show up. They're trying to keep their bloodline white. And, well, you just a little tan, and them genes that's in you still can produce a dark-skinned child. You're out. They're trying to preserve an Aryan bloodline, lady. What are you talking about? You have thoroughly kidding yourself. You've drinking a Kool-Aid all the way. All the way. This is a damn shame. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I do. And here's also something else to understand, because, there are those of us who have black spouses, and those who I've heard who say they don't even F with black women, which could be a dark-skinned man with long dreads. Anyway, so for the mindset of those type of individuals, I got one, matter of fact, in my city that always try to figure out how to be politically witty and always makes an ass of himself. But I told him, one of the biggest problems that you have is because you are still worried about getting accepted. And your biggest acceptance that you believe is through white women. Well, let's listen to what this this white woman has to explain about that dynamic. And I don't know. I can't say it's like this for anything, but this is a white woman explaining this. So let's see what she got to say.
Their lives, because obviously all the white men in their lives have always had all the power over them. So white women have whiteness over black men, and obviously to be in any sort of control feels good, especially when you're used to never being in control. White women feel safe with black men, not only because of the hypermasculinity that they believe black men exhibit, but because of the whiteness and power they hold over black men. This is why also white women can still be racist and be with black men, and be conservative white women will be married to a black man. And this is why white women love their black sons and hate their black daughters. Black sons give you access to the patriarchy. They give you power, whereas black daughters don't. White
I've seen that, and I had to say, wait a minute, there's another element here. Because remember, my mother is a lesbian, and she has a white supremacist white woman. So, and it's so many black people that have seen that relationship, and I've told them what it was, and except for the people who have been around, like the black men that have seen it, like, oh no, see, yeah, we see exactly what time it is. But see, because there are people who fall in, like my mother's a full-fledged coon. She's absolutely gone. I mean, there's not a white person walking the face of the earth that she would ever have a bad thing to say about. But all of us ain't shit, though. Even me. So be clear. No, there's, when I say absolute cook, full-fledged. So when people see you like, hey, man, yeah, I could totally see why my grandmother was absolutely disappointed. Because everything that they are, it's like very whole children. No! Blackness! Ah! I got cousins that it wasn't until my baby was born that their friends knew that they was black. I mean, because our family genes mix very well. So, sometimes we can turn out one that doesn't look melanated. Don't mean that your daddy any lighter than me. Matter of fact, daddy, you changed talking to me. Nonetheless, so light-skinned that she passes for white. Went through it all the school years. So what does that tell you about what was on the paperwork? I've seen it all, man. So yeah, my skin is thick and I really don't give a shit. But there's a reason, so people, oh man. But again, that's why I deal with what is and what ain't. And here's the logic of this. If white women feel that way, then what is this?
Educator and children's performer, creator, writer. You might know me from my web series Queer Kid Stuff, where I talk about gender and sexuality stuff for all ages with a preschool.
Okay, now let's go back to what this woman just said. Let's see if you guys are following, paying attention.
In their lives. Because obviously all the white men in their lives have always had all the power over them. Because obviously all the white men in their lives have always had all the power over them. So
in mind. And I write for preschool television, do a lot of stuff in early childhood ed. The short answer to this question is that we need to talk to preschoolers about sexuality and gender because any later is too late.
Somebody paying attention? So think of what that woman is saying. White women did not have power over their men. But this woman, who is now white woman becoming a man, is looking to have power. Where is her focus? Children. Why? Because it was about having power. You can't take it from your man. And black folks is starting to separate themselves from white women. What's next? And what's left? Children. Right. In Flournoy, because that is somebody that they can bully. I've watched it with this woman that my mother's with. She got somebody else's child who she severed a relationship with him and his own mother. He's just an absolute. She's here's what she did to him. She basically made him her side piece man, because he's never going to get married. I mean, she just made him totally, absolutely aloof. And I've watched this this weird ass need of control come out of these white gay women. I've watched it. Oh yeah, not to mention, remember the Hart women that drove them children off that cliff? Yeah, Sarah and whatever the hell of Jen, Sarah and Jen, both of them too. Both of them, but especially the main one. I've told y'all that story on this broadcast. Got no, yeah, they're rotten hell, bitches. For real, killed them 5 black babies, and they're coming all around us and like you cool and whatnot. They stand that type of thing. You ain't. No, you not. You're not cool at all. And I didn't even know them kids belonged to them. Somebody else told me. I was like, you kidding? And then, oh, well, we're cool. So somehow, all of the people around me knew these people, but, like, I guess because, we're the real black man squad over here in my band, so, she'll come make her way to go talk to Etta. But outside of that, no. And they was friends with my cousin. It's like, man, none of y'all seen this? No, we just know because y'all didn't want to see what y'all was seeing. Soon as I saw that scene, I'm like, something's wrong. Something is absolutely wrong. What the hell is this? And you know what first told me is when that picture turned up on Facebook. The picture that all of y'all have now seen all the way around the world. Well, see, at the time, I knew what was going on. So I hit my partner, Alex. It was like, yo. And also I hit the hearts that I know here. Who the hell know this kid? Whose kid is that? And they're like, we don't know. So he's not part of the Hart family here? I was like, okay, they actors. And no, they weren't actors, but these All Lives Matter anti-black messy broads that were out there because they were not out there for Black Lives Matter. So whoever keep trying to push that bull line, no. That's why they had him hugging the cops. And the reason why he was crying is because he didn't want to. They made up this whole story about, no. She went over there and coached him and was like turning him to push him. Stop. Just to get a photo op. That was all staged and planned. And my partner Alice got the footage of it. So, no. So, yeah, but what I'm saying is, these type of individuals desire control, especially over black children. Think of all of your teachers back in your youth. Can you go back in your memory banks of your white women teachers? Is there any of what you just witnessed that played out in your life? Put a 1 in the chat if you've had that experience with a teacher. To where you felt that she just had to feel some need of exerting dominance over you other than anybody else. Because dominating a black child is very important to the powerless. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, there you go ahead, let them ones roll on in, because we know it didn't happen. Samuel Logan. And said, always story of my life. Z-J. Yeah, see, look at all them ones. Look at all them ones. See, and we should continue to vote for treasonous traitors while they buddy up with these people to further push these type of individuals on our children who we already know they weren't fond of when we were coming up. So now you want to put somebody with a double chip on their shoulder in front of our children? No. What a danger. What a damn danger. And it's not about sexuality. It's about your issue of power. It has nothing to do with your preference. It has to do with you are trying to fulfill something internally on someone else's child. That ain't okay. And no parent should go for that. No parent should accept that. You can't shame me into believing that is what it is. Now, they can come out here and do these straw man arguments because they're liars and do a bunch of deflecting and gaslighting, and you must hate this and you must hate. No. Ain't nobody hating nothing because I understand the psyche of it. And as far as all you transsexuals out there that keep going out here talking all this madness, tell them the truth. Tell them this, because this is what I learned while I was in prison. Funny to learn this in prison. You actually have to confess to having gender dysphoria before they will commit to having the surgery on you. But most of y'all won't tell people the truth of that, huh? I identify as this, I identify as that. You have to admit you have gender dysphoria to get your wang whacked off. So all the BS that y'all come out here doing and be, y'all don't learn this, shut up. Hey, pull the trigger or shut up. T.S. Manziel. Coming over here, I don't identify with nothing like a woman. Them nuts and them balls say different, bruh. I'm sorry, I just can't do the whole lying thing because you want to lie to yourself. That's so weak sauce to me. No, be what you are. That's cool. I got it. But what we not finna do is act like we something else. Like, no. And so I'm not finna call that white woman a man under no circumstances. Now, y'all women be co-signing a lot of stuff. Now, as a man, it's like, okay, well, y'all cool with it? Cool, I guess. Until they start, like, effectively replacing y'all, then all of a sudden people wake up. Intersectionality means you're giving up something to gain something, by the way. And in intersectionality, the two things that have no presence in that conversation are black children and black straight men. So what is the only other thing that intersects with all of these other groups? Black women. Well, then that means black women are the sacrifice. For who? Trans and all these other groups that will ride your back because black women are getting out here caping for everything else other than black. And who are you being led by? By all of your ski-wee pals, straight from the Caribbean, getting all up in political positions, building a CARICOM right in front of your nose, and then sending millions and trying to build infrastructure in other countries because they are telling you they have the Caribbean first and foremost on their mind while sitting up in our Congressional Black Caucus supposed to be representing us. Lord. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break, and I think I will take a few calls before we go. And let me see, how many new or would I have first-time callers? Anybody who has never called in the chat that would like to tonight, I want to see, put a 1 in the chat for me if you would like to participate in tonight's call in. If you have never called in before, I want to see give the first time callers the first opportunity. If you have, if not, it's all good. Now, with that being said, we want to hear first time callers, absolutely. First time callers, where y'all at? So with that being said, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and we will finish out with the phone calls. And so let's see where we go. There we go. So yes, we are about to pay some bills. To pay some bills, we will be right back.
Seems so very, very rare. Your smile, your eyes.
All right. We are back. We are back. So I got the number in the chat. I really want to hear from the first time callers, or I want to hear from somebody that really has a reason for us to vote. So either or, first time caller or somebody that is still dead set on voting, and you do not believe that a vote boycott should be the answer. I would love to hear that from you. In Flournoy, thank you. Thank you so much. Just added it to my Spotify. Thank you very much. I'll definitely be getting this album. Thank you, David Boyd. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. And so, again, just real quick, also, family, be on the lookout for, not that one, this broadcast tomorrow morning. So this will be coming your way. And then also, this, I was going to say this will probably come out Monday morning. So be looking for the Meghan Markle video Monday morning. And then, this might be Monday afternoon. Okay, so but you will get this. This will be tomorrow a.m. So just be on the lookout for that. It's a good video. You'll like that. It's not long. It'll be it's a shorter video, but you will like my take on that. Now again, understanding homegrown and imported controlled opposition. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anybody who thinks that we should still be voting, you can definitely call in right now. The number is in the chat. If you are a first-time caller to this broadcast and would like to chime in on tonight's topic, then now would be the time to do so as well. So either or, and if not, we'll leave the lines open for a minute. If nobody calls, then we will go from there. Because I know how there's a lot of people that be watching that aren't in the chat. So y'all see the number in the chat. You can still call it. Yeah, matter of fact, let's see. So many options. All right. So, with that being said, what else do we have? see if anybody is calling. So there's another incident that also happened too. Okay. Now we're also talking about a vote boycott, but there was something that we had to do before because, see, when we were the Asian hate crime bill, they got a whole hate crime bill while we got nothing. And there was a situation here to where, and what's so crazy is here in Portland, they just let the white dude go that attacked the Asian couple. Now, I can only imagine the feds would have stepped in if that were a black person attacking the Asians. But since he was not black, he was Caucasian, they let him go because they didn't have anybody who could defend him. So they had to drop his charges for a whole hate crime against Asians with the brand new Stop Asian Hate Crime bill. And the reason why this man jumped on this man and his child is because he thought they were Japanese. They were Asian, they just weren't Japanese. But he thought that they were Japanese, which still, of course, is Asian. So is that not an Asian hate crime federally? Even attack the child. But, so black folks, understand when people don't fool with you. You have to understand when people do not fool with you. And once again, I saw this video. I was like, well, my first question is, why are y'all there? After all that has went on, and especially all these new videos popping up right now, why are y'all there? Well, nonetheless, you got to learn the hard way.
If you want to, but I told you that, so if you didn't ring me up, is that my fault? It's my fault? Yeah, it gotta be your fault. Shit, you pay me how much money? I give you how much? Man, fix that. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Put my money back on my account. I don't give a fuck how y'all do it. Well, fix my order right. Since I ordered the way I ordered it, fix it right.
Who?
Don't worry about it. Shit, like I'm scared. Don't come. Shit, I ain't even come here. The fuck you give? I don't give a fuck about coming here.
No.
Don't worry about it. Keep your hand down. I don't give a fuck about your restaurant, you or your Korean people. Hurry up with my motherfucking time.
Everything. It's people coming here.
So I ain't got
shut the fuck up. Go.
Oh. Oh, shit. Hey, man. Hey. Hey, man, now. What the fuck up? Watch out. Watch out, bro.
Don't do that. Y'all go back. Don't do that.
What you doing?
No, y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all don't do that, man. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Get her. Don't do that. Come on, man.
Man, what the fuck? Hey, man.
Come on, man. Let's go get some.
Man, what wrong with these folks? Look, the Chinese lady, she still out there talking. She don't know what's going on. Twang, we woo or who? Come on, little Ling Ling. Come on, Ling Ling.
Ain't serious about no food. Let's go, man.
Come on, Ling Ling. Y'all got some shrimp on the floor. What it is? Soy sauce.
See that stuff right there, and like the dude I played earlier, we have different kind of people out here. That's just the simple truth of it. We clearly have to pay a debt, pay with a debt, call the bank to dispute the charge. Absolutely. Off-code Negroes, Project Leroy. I mean, damn. And then all of this is going on with this sister, and y'all over there still trying to spend your money with these people. Now, granted, that's like, well, number one, y'all see how many black folks was in there? Do y'all see how many black people are in there? See, here, okay. Here's a lesson on off-code. When Asians come out blaming Black Americans for attacking them and hating on them, we said we're going to boycott their restaurants. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no. Because guess what? Their businesses rely on black money, black business. And then you seeing videos with them serving niggas anything. They got air-packed, air-sealed cats. Y'all seen them videos on Instagram? Air-sealed cats. You serious? Cats. The thing's just up there. And it looks like it's been marinated. It's like you got marinated kitty in a bag. There ain't nothing cool about that. That's marinated kitty. They got some brined cat. They fighting over the vacuum sealed cats. Right, Aboriginal woman. Oh, man. See, okay. And y'all be like, why can't we all get together? What can you do with that? Be like, man, we got to educate. Y'all got to stop that shit. You ain't educating them. If they trying to figure out something else, then they gonna do that. But right now, where they at is on some. I mean, hey man, black people ain't animals, man. Black people are far from that. Black people entertain what they want to entertain. So, you know, when we get into this space where, man, we got to go tell these brothers because they don't know bullshit. Yes, they do. Ain't no black man walking the earth oblivious to what real life is. Stop telling yourselves that. No, that man is just choosing to escape the way he wants to escape. If being in the gang, sipping lean all day is the way, cool. Got some of these people got other vices or whatever they choose to do. They gonna do that. You know? But we have to be honest about it. And that's one of the biggest things. This is where foundational black Americans end up being the collaborators against themselves. Because you refuse to call a spade a spade. And when something's wrong, we start worrying about who we like. We start hearing this person doesn't like that person, so I'm going to emotionally attach myself to their dislike of this person. No. If you see something that is factually wrong, like in Dillard's case, she went and put a person's personal information online. I don't know where the hell anybody that's ever been part of a federal fraud case would want to be doing that type of thing for, but I guess, man, you know, when you at your wit's end, you do anything. Next, if I was in any type of situation like that, I would not be bragging about how much money I made for the airwaves and the IRS to hear me. That's one thing I definitely wouldn't do. On top of that, I wouldn't feel so great about telling, hey, all of you in my chat, send me $100 right now. And then I tell you, man, I made $100,000. Yeah, off of y'all. The way people behave will say a lot. Look at their networks. And again, for anybody who is following that, Have you ever seen them in spaces? You can see. I mean, if Luke can get in spaces, why can't she? Is she above that? Well, yes, because she doesn't do that free stuff because that's not what hustlers do. Y'all got to recognize where you're getting con, man. You know? And I mean, shit, come get some real game from somebody who can actually give you some game. Don't go to somebody that's just going to tell you, oh, get some game. That's what you need. Don't be falling for stuff like
Whenever
this.
you're putting in your application, you have to, exaggerate the numbers a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to put that you at least make at least $65K or more when they...
You shade tree nigga.
There's too many of them out here. Too many. Oh, and also, check this out. Here's another reason why we also need to get reparations this way.
Pennsylvania mortgage company accused of discriminating against communities of color just settled with the government. Trident Mortgage acknowledged they concentrated their offices in mainly white neighborhoods of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. They also admitted loan officers were told not to serve neighborhoods of color. Both practices are against the law. As part of the settlement, Trident will invest more than $20 million in credit opportunities to the communities they discriminated against.
Now think on that scale. How many, how many different financial institutions adopted that same practice over the course of existence? See, there's so much. So when these people come out here talking over this madness, well, if anybody should get reparations, it should be the people who are asking for it. You speak on your own pockets. That's out of line anyway. What somebody should get from our government. You can take your whole ass back to Mexico, buddy. What you mean? You came over here to be white. Shut up. I mean, I've grown up telling every last one of them, you think you white, huh? I can say what I did as a younger child, You think you white, huh? So you think if I knocked you out right now that somebody white gonna help you? You better think about where you at on the food chain. I can sleep you right now and that white boy ain't gonna do nothing. Come over here acting like you better than us. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Aren't you glad that real solid individuals are coming back? It's popular to be black again. I mean, hell, you got some of these white women out here telling you they won't take baths in 15 days. Shoot, I'm lucky to hear if I hear my neighbor's shower running in a month. That's for real. That one shared wall is a beast. It's like, boy, you can hear that water running. Damn. You literally go that long. I mean, man, I'm sure I have to bathe twice a day. Good grief. And mind you, we're the heat wave. Like, you hearing all kind of water running around this mother. Boy, they'll tell you these Siberians, man. I mean, think about this. You have to tell people to wash your hands. What kind? Who are we dealing with? You ain't talking to black folks with a big old wash your hands sign. You ain't got to tell us. Black folks wash their hands without looking at the sign saying wash your hands. You understand? I said, golly, mustard. Yeah. Man. Ooh, wait. Musty. Yeah, you can get some must. You could walk in. You could walk in walk in the store and walk in a cloud of somebody's phone. Oh. Doors open. Oh Lord. Oh, that's bad when you're musty. Well, I mean, hell, they don't like. I mean, shoot, they don't care. They do not care at all. I mean, that ain't saying that's just like I'm just some of the people around here. You know, like I always told you, I can always tell a white person from Portland. They will always give themselves away. Like for instance, I watched one of these their travel vloggers. Matter of fact, they did like this big melanin at sea. But one of the videos they're doing, they're like riding going home, right? And they stop and get something to eat. So they're like in this. For those of y'all who are in Florida, what's that thing down there? Ochigobi or whatever. So they at that little the Ochigobi stop or whatever. I think I'm saying it right. So she's doing her live, right? Me and my wife was watching like, oh, she must. This white woman behind you got to be from Portland. Ochigobi. Okay, Ochigobi. Yep, because like the KFC is right by the door. So this white woman is all up in this sister video, like right behind her, and she's like, oh, let me say this. Hold on. So she's behind her, right? And she got her phone. She's like, so she's like making sure it's like she's looking right, dude. And so all the while this woman is talking, you know, on her live, right? So this woman, she literally gets herself pretty in the midst of this sister's video. So she's back there looking at her whole phone. And it's standing all up on her. Like she's just like they together. I said, oh, that woman must be from Portland, Oregon. She must be born and raised. When did you move to Florida, ma'am? How long has it been since you left Portland? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, you can tell these. I've been in the airport. I've been in the airport going through TSA check-in. And this woman was all up on me. I'm like, oh, I know you going home to Portland. She just, yeah. And then when we got to the gate, yeah, I knew so. I thought so. Yeah. Fanning the funk all over the place. Oh, Bivlin is in the house. Bivlin Caraway. Seen somebody shout you out in the chat. I don't see you though. See somebody shout you out in the chat. Maybe that was earlier. But yes indeed. So again, we have to. Oh, by the way, now before I go, because we haven't had anybody call in, so what I'm gonna do. Yakanan, how Davia. Yes indeed. Shalom, Maspacha. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, this real quick. So again, keep in mind, this woman also is Caribbean, and she's the main person they keep putting as talking head for HR 40, which again you haven't heard them say much about because we were seeing the verbiage is reparations.
You know what states' rights are? Hanging black people. You know what states' rights are? The denial of civil rights. That's what states' rights can be. Leave it to the elected persons of the state. If they had done that, I would still be a second-class citizen. It took the 13th Amendment to say that slavery was illegal.
Ma'am, you would have still been in the Caribbean. So are y'all witnessing this type of just dirtbaggish behavior? And again, for those of y'all, I see some of y'all coming in late. I'm going to play that video one more time because before we get out of here, I want y'all to totally understand when they come at you and talk about, well, you're being divisive and this and that. When you're doing underhanded business and you are sitting in a position called the Congressional Black Caucus, you literally will build yourself a CARICOM under the protection of what foundational Black Americans created to divert congressional energy to the Caribbean. Damn us. We got to get this money to the Caribbean. So one last time we going to have to play this, yeah.
I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, and I proudly represent New York's 9th Congressional District in Central and South Brooklyn. As the founding co-chair of the House Caribbean Caucus and House Haiti Caucuses, and as a woman of Jamaican heritage, I'm very proud to convene this distinguished panel, a call to action addressing the needs of the Caribbean.
I want to thank our president and CEO of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, Tanya Vesey, our moderator, Claire Nelson, founder and president of the Institute of Caribbean Studies, our participants, Ambassador Dr. Eddie Green, Dr. Maria Myers Hamilton, Dr. Jan Eves Remy, and Kelly Silvera.
Let me thank all the prolific individuals who have gathered with us and agreed to join me and my very distinguished colleague, Congresswoman Plaskett, to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the Caribbean, renewable energy options, strategic partnerships, international trade, and the U.S. Caribbean policy solutions. The need for acute attention to Caribbean nations has heightened to a point where conversations must be had and substantive solutions must be created. As elected officials representing diverse and broad Caribbean communities, we hope to shed light on the importance of American assistance during this very difficult time, and the importance of partnerships adequately to address disparities that are plaguing Caribbean nations and their loved ones who live in America. Our diversity is our strength, and despite international borders, we are one community, and the Caribbean diaspora must be at the forefront of our thought processes.
Well, what does that say to you? These people got your back, or does that say that these people are against you? And at this point, we're just going to have to acknowledge what it is. We have people out here that absolutely refuse to join with us. They're not here to join with us. They just told you their main objective is the Caribbean, first and foremost. They told you about the whole Jamaican moniker. We all are out of one, we are many. So, but they ain't us all of a sudden. So, but let's remember what Luke said. Well, hey man, all of us came from the same ship and blah, 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 blah. So this is why they're pushing that line on us. They are pushing that line on us because they believe we are stupid enough to fall for it. But this is something that they are bringing to us. And that's so when you hear Luke coming in here talking that madness, you better know that he is fully on board, because all of them politicians that she's around, the one woman, the Christie woman, she's Haitian. Nikki Barnes is some kind of immigrant. She's saying she's foundational Black American. I don't believe that. These people are here trying to get all of this American CARICOM money. So again, remember, you learned it here first, folks, about this American CARICOM they got going in the Black Caucus. And if these are congressional Black caucuses representing Haiti, representing Jamaica in D.C., can somebody explain to me how that makes any sense? Unless, F them foundational Black Americans. Now it's FBA's a hate group. Yeah. Hey, Uncle Luke and all of you shills, you are right about something. You actually are right and wrong. There are some other bright individuals over here that do not come into your spaces to engage the foolishness. But this is where you're wrong. You did actually get some of our brightest, because you've talked to Tariq, you've talked to Jason Black, and you've talked to Marcel, who is a politician at that. And you guys have found all kind of ways to undermine that. And so when he tells you that, hey, it's new Black media is the reason why I'm this, have been this visible, then all of a sudden the V-high or K-high, you start coming out the woodwork complaining. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing all of you shills, because we know what we were talking about in Black Alpha Space on Monday. So again, we will be doing another space this Monday. I will be hosting this Monday, co-host with Black Alpha Network and Afro Elite. And the question is the vote boycott the best option? And I wanted to pose it as a question so people could come in and chime in. So if you didn't call in tonight, you can call in Monday, because and you probably, if you're on Twitter, make sure you follow us on Twitter, because you don't want to miss this space. This will be noon Pacific time on Monday, August 1st. That'll be myself along with my brothers, Black Alpha Network and Afro Elite. And then, of course, we will have my sister Nikki, Kid Gravity in the building, and hopefully Sister Jade can make it. And I want to hear some legitimate reasons why we should not boycott voting until our demands are met. That's how boycotts work. Now, see, every time that somebody's threatening to boycott, there's always going to be somebody in their ear saying, oh, this is wrong. Because nothing has happened on this scale. But if you have paid attention, the world's paying attention to FBA, New Black Media, the Black Grassroots, Freedmen, Indigenous, Tribe, the list goes on. All of these sub-crews and groups and associations. I won't even say groups, just associations, because, hey, we agree under this banner. We agree under this banner. We agree under this banner. As long as it's effective, it's neither here nor there for me. So, yeah, Samuel Logan, I have reasons to boycott the vote. And here's the problem with Uncle Luke and all of you other politicians that, are upset. Who are these people coming out of nowhere? There's other people that, like them people tell Ice Cube, you're jumping the line. there is no line here because, see, we're about empowerment. You're about their business. So there is nobody in front of us because there's nobody here but us. Yeah, you're black, but see, you are the treacherous dirtbag scumball that we talk about. Because, again, you sit up here under the protection of the Congressional Black Caucus as a banner, just to turn around and form a Caribbean Black Caucus while you're supposed to be working for us. But when it comes to us, it's people of color, black and brown and LGBTQ. I didn't hear one thing about gender in that Caribbean conversation. No, they got right to the money, right down to the infrastructure. Don't let these people tell you that we need to vote for this madness anymore. No. So again, I'm glad that we did this tonight and we doing this Space Monday. So all of you shills can go figure out how you're going to sidestep this in Conversation Monday. Now, only thing I can suspect, well, hey, Luke, you can't fool with my numbers, bro. You absolutely can't compete. So what y'all can do is come on in under your real account, because this is a room you want to be in this space. Understand you don't run it. Come get vetted, brother. Or go back to twerk music in the club, bruh. This is black empowerment. You don't run shit here. You better come here, check in. Oh, well, I've done this. Yeah, your money don't carry that here. This the grassroots. The people speak here. You have to be vetted, sir. And that little Steven dude you with, what Alpha called him? That dude that ain't important or whatever he called himself? Like, I mean, yeah, that's big. So again, come get vetted or go ahead and get back to your VIP booth at the Slippery Biscuit. Shout out to Red Joker. Woo, Red Joker's a beast, boy. Here's another thing, man. Y'all don't want that smoke with these bona fide certified roasters over here, man. You don't want no smoke with these certified roasters. They have you done like Kenny Rogers, pimp. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all on some old time, man. Boy, these chats is lit up with comedians. Nigga, you get your ass lit up. Lit up before you even get out the gate. You better come out here, come correct with these people. This is the real realm of empowerment, man. We have voices dedicated to this thing. We got voices on channels and platforms that aren't monetized that should, with thousands of subscribers, but they get their channels dinged and all of this. While all of these white boys talking all crazy, making all kind of videos talking about shooting up schools and shit, their videos don't get demonetized or nothing. They get to do all of that. All of their ass off battalion, boy, ass off battalion can still make money on YouTube. How about that? But, you know, all the black asses over here gonna get shadow banned. How about, we get shadow banned, word on it. This dude is covered in swastikas. They got commercials on their joint, though. You think they telling their ass off? Oh, well, you know, guys can't really be showing the swastikas, so we actually going. Where's the money for the commercial then? So yeah, here's a whole other part of this reparations thing. No longer being bound by their product. Here's one of the biggest fears. Because, yeah, here's this big old network with no home. Reparations definitely would change that. And that means at that point you could solidify a communication system for us, by us, without them. Something to think about. And with that being said, family,
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
tangibles or no vote. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeedy. Yeah, because we have to. It is do or die time, family. We have this is not the timid time. If folks think we too doing, well, we're not the scared group. You're gonna make them people upset. So what? We already uncomfortable. We moving into the time where we are not going to be alone anymore. You want us uncomfortable? Good. All of you can be. People have the imbalance of comfort going on here. So why don't we, if we're going to do anything, you say, well, we don't want it over here. Okay, well then let's just make you as equally uncomfortable then. Sheila Jackson Lee and all of you congressional black talkers do nothings but do something always against foundational black Americans have absolutely been exposed here tonight. It's time to go ahead and start pinning some reparations talk. We just got, wait, before we go though. Because when you guys come Monday, I want y'all to always remember, you're coming to a prepared bunch.
The answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them.
So all you Biden sexuals, y'all absolutely can go ahead and choke on this stone of truth because I believe it has been unavoidable. And just remember, you guys try to sit up here and say, well, wait a minute. I mean, this could be a suicide. But the Republican.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for black people. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Bye. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at beatzillapdx, at Patreon, beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. You can also email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That is ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And also Our Real Truth at Anchor FM. That is the podcast, which now that I'm doing the news breaks, I'm going to start doing a little something different on Our Real Truth podcast. So Our Real Truth podcast will be going back to strictly being a podcast, and it will not be on YouTube. So make sure you go to iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, and of course Anchor FM, and various different podcast streaming platforms that you can find me on. That is Our Real Truth with Beatzilla PDX official. And then, of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, All donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you, everyone who has already donated. And for those who will donate in advance. Because, of course, being independent media means that, it's just that. There is no corporate dollar. However, look at the effectiveness of new black media right now with no corporate dollar versus their corporate media. That means that we have something that someone wants to see, something that someone needs to hear. That's how you can tell the difference between the truth and the lie. So you can definitely donate at CashApp $beatzillapdx. That is CashApp $beatzillapdx. Also, we have PayPal. That is that's Zilla Music at PayPal. That is ZILLAMUZAK. And that's at PayPal, of course. So with that being said, y'all know how we do around here. We keep our smooth stones at the ready because we always slang the stone of truth around here. You know what I'm saying? Like a great millstone cast into the sea. But in this case, always stay prepared. So you could use one that would be effective, but if you keep your 3 at the ready, you'll be ready. Stay vigilant, stay black, stay alive. And make sure you stay away from scam artists, scammy preachers, and phony preachers. And if somebody's giving you some real word, then just receive it, accept it. Take the word. Don't worship the person. Hope somebody got that. Take the word. Don't worship the person. Can you dig it? With that being said, y'all have a safe, blessed weekend. Make sure y'all tune in to tomorrow morning's news break. Putting some respect on the sister's name. And then also Monday, make sure you follow the Twitter space. Follow me on Twitter, beatzillapdx. Be there Monday for me, Black Alpha, and Afro Elite space, and of course the rest of the crew. We are going to be discussing, this voting boycott. So I want y'all to make sure to be there. It should be a very, very good space. Our spaces are always constructive and productive anyway, and clearly informative, even for those who want our information to just go away. Well, too late for that. So, like I said, y'all have a blessed weekend, y'all. Shalom.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir. You don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.
Bye.